Well, good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. Just a little bit of housekeeping. If you are looking for sign-up sheets, some of your teachers are passing sign-up sheets around. I don't pass them around for my class. You have to write a paper. So just know that those of you that just get to sign a piece of paper for extra credit, you're lucky. Luckier than in my class. Well, I'm really glad to have such a huge crowd. I think this is the first time I've ever given a seminar in this room as well. Many have heard about the Gulf oil spill. Is there anybody that doesn't know what that means? Has anybody not heard of it? Of course. Okay, well that's good. That means you all read the news and have heard something about it. Step right in and have a floor. I got interested in it, of course, right away. It's one of the environmental topics we talk about in oceanography. And my summer class really studied it in some detail. So it's been a subject that I've been very interested in. All summer long, I've been gathering resources and stuff about this bill all summer long. So I wanted to share some of that with you today. One of the great things about this particular topic, it's an interdisciplinary topic, which are the kinds of topics I really enjoy the most. So we'll talk about a little bit of geology, a little bit of chemistry, a little bit of physics, and a little bit of biology. The biology students have to wait a little bit. I want to dedicate this seminar today to Captain Planet. Yesterday was his 20th anniversary. Some of you may or may not know who Captain Planet is, but he is the man that's saving our planet. And the power is yours. There's really two themes I want to try to weave into this today. That is that it's an incomplete story, the science of the oil spill and the research that's currently underway. Let me turn that down a little bit. It's really too early for any kinds of conclusive results, though amazingly a few papers have already been published in Science Magazine, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But it's a kind of event and the kind of research whose results will really take literally days, weeks, months, years, decades ahead before we really know the full impacts of that spill. The other thing I really want to talk about, and this is the more general public kind of part of it, is just that the language of science really matters. And there's a real disparity sometimes between a result that comes out in a paper or a scientist that finds something on a cruise and how the newspaper reports it. And interestingly, in this particular spill, there was some disagreement between the government agencies and the scientists. I know the scientists say, yeah, that happens quite often, but we'll see a little bit about that as well, particularly some of the information that the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, otherwise known as NOAA, were publishing. So we want to talk really about and think about that, because I think it's a topic that's near and dear to me, because we're in a very partisan political climate in our country, perhaps in the world. If we would just stop and listen and think a little bit more critically about what people are saying and question our assumptions, and not when somebody says, oh, they reported a shark off Huntington Beach, so now the news is that Huntington Beach is infested with sharks. Or something like, a little bit of poison isn't bad for you. And what we find out later on is that long-term exposure to poisons can be bad for you. And I'm talking about things, any kind of modern-day poisons that are legal. So it's just really important to focus on that. I have some resources I'll show you at the end. Some of you may also be taking political science classes or communications classes. This would be a great term paper for you, so I can help you out with that. I'm going to cover it in 5 parts, and I'm going to try to be as fast as I can so that I get all 5 parts done. The first part is really just sort of if you want to call it a requiem, if you can have such a thing, but I really want to just let the pictures speak for themselves. Those of you that may or may not have been intensely following the media every day, it's just a little 3-minute chronology. Each snapshot's from one day during the oil spill from April 20th, when the Deepwater Horizon well blew up and sank, to July 15th, when they finally stopped the oil, and it didn't go on from there. There's still some work going on with that, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's just go with this. All right, pictures always look better when you